The scene we are presenting is Act 5, Scene 2, starting from lines 216 until the end.
This section of Scene 5.2 begins with the great battle between Hamlet and Laertes. Just before the fighting begins, Hamlet blames all of his wrongdoings on his quote-unquote mental illness.
Claudius wants to murder Hamlet because he knows that Hamlet knows the truth of what Claudius has done, and that Claudius is guilty. So right before the battle begins, he poisons a cup of wine for Hamlet to drink.
Osric, the court jester, presents the swords to Laertes and Hamlet. Laertes specifically chose the sword that he poisoned in order to kill Hamlet for revenge on killing his father Polonius. Laertes has an inner battle with himself and wonders if it's against his moral code to kill Hamlet with the poisoned sword.
Gertrude is about to drink from the poisoned cup, and Claudius warns her not to drink from it. Gertrude does not listen to him and ends up drinking from the poisoned cup of wine that was meant for Hamlet.
Gertrude dies shortly after from the poisoned wine. The fight between Laertes and Hamlet is still going on, and Laertes ends up striking Hamlet with the poisoned sword.
In the middle of the fight, somehow the two men exchange swords, and Laertes ends up getting wounded with his own poisoned sword.
The audience at this point is probably very confused about what just happened. How did Laertes get stabbed by his own sword that he poisoned to kill Hamlet with?
Laertes is now wounded with his own sword, and he is slowly dying. Just before he dies, he exclaims, the king's to blame."
Immediately after, Hamlet wastes no time and runs after Claudius with the poisoned sword and stabs him. He then forces Claudius to drink the rest of the poisoned wine to guarantee that he will die.
Hamlet is now just about to die as a result of Laertes stabbing him with the poisoned sword and orders Horatio to expose the truth and tell the world what really happened.
Hamlet says before he dies, "Oh, I die, Horatio. The potent poison quite o'ergrows my spirit. I could not live to hear the news from England, but I do prophesy the election light on Fortinbras. He has my dying voice, so tell him with the occurrence more or less, which have solicited, the rest is silence." What do these significant last words of Hamlet mean? Being a Shakespearean play, the tragic hero always dies, and the plays are always concerned with reestablishing a sense of political order before finishing the storyline.
Hamlet's last words and his prophecy that Fortinbras will be the next king foreshadows Fortinbras' arrival in Denmark and his likely succession to the throne. We're left with a sense that Denmark as a whole will be in capable hands.
At the end of the scene, Fortinbras arrives to the castle with the English ambassadors, and they announce that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern have been killed according to orders. After that, Fortinbras is officially the King of Denmark.
As you can see, this is a pretty confusing, morbid scene, full of death. The count of deaths in the scene is 6. These names are said in no particular order: Hamlet, Guildenstern, Rosencrantz, Claudius, Gertrude, and Laertes.
This is where the play ends. We hope you enjoyed the play of Hamlet.